Hello and welcome back. As I have mentioned in previous videos, when it rains, it pours, and so when there is some bad news about a company, more news keep coming up, and even if they are not that terrible or really bad, they do affect investors and they kinda strike fear in their hearts. And so another piece of article came out over here, and this mentions that India is banning 54 Chinese apps on security concerns. And as you'll see here, these apps include Tencent, Alibaba, and NetEase. And so for Alibaba especially, this has been a massive run of bad news coming out. And this actually prompts me to potentially even think about, buying more, because this kind of sentiment makes investors, some investors, sell the company just because of news and not just because of fundamentals. And so now I'm going to kind of compare this with another investor, a legendary investor in Charlie Munger. Charlie Munger actually had an annual meeting at a Daily Journal. Uh, I think it was yesterday or so. And he mentioned that he really likes Alibaba here. And I always want to take a look at what Charlie Munger says, because he's obviously one of the legendary investors of our time. And he's deeply invested in Alibaba. That matters too as well. And as a stockholder myself, I want to see what he has to say, because he also has information about the company and other companies that I don't have. He obviously has a lot of people working for him, and him being a value investor, and he really values mathematics and data and financials, and I do too. And this is why I really, really want to hear what he has to say. And so he's saying here that Apple, Microsoft, and Google are some of the companies that he expects to remain strong companies even 50 years from now. And I agree. And I have made videos about all these companies, and I like all these companies. Yet, in some situations, I don't like the valuations. So I want to get them at a cheaper price. And this, for example, happens with Microsoft, which I feel it's a great company, but it's not the time to buy right now. I want to get it at a steeper discount. That's what I want. I love the company. I want to buy it, but at a steeper discount. He also mentioned some things about GameStop, and he kind of commented about the short squeeze that happened, and he mentioned that this is an example of red set excess. And the other very interesting thing is that he had a similar feeling about cryptocurrencies in general, and he calls Bitcoin rat poison. And we're gonna be making a video that is dedicated to Bitcoin. I will actually try to compare Bitcoin to Alibaba, and I know this is not comparable directly, but they are both investments, and we're gonna see the pros and cons of it in the next video I'm gonna be making. It's probably gonna come out in a day or two. So, Munger said, and this is very, very important here, I want you to bear that in mind. He said that he is more comfortable about investing in China than his Berkshire partner Buffett, and that he didn't mind holding some margin debt in Chinese internet and e-commerce giant Alibaba. Now, that means that there is a little bit of a dispute between Munger and Buffett on whether investing in Alibaba is safe right now. But Munger himself is a very, very reliable investor, an investor that pays deep attention into what's happening with the stock markets and companies in terms of financials and how they are doing, how the companies are actually doing, and he doesn't care about hype, as you shouldn't as well as value investors. He mentioned that Chinese companies are stronger in relation to their competitors, and I agree. And I would also add that they are cheaper as well. And so right now, I think it makes a lot of sense for for people to take a look at Alibaba, and I have made all sorts of videos about it. And the fact that Munger, who has a lot of information about China, obviously, and a lot of information about the actual economics of Alibaba, and he knows way more things about it than us, and he more than likely has real values and real financial data, and knows whether the data is true. I'm actually going with him for sure. Like I would definitely trust his position, especially based on the fact that in January he boosted his stake in Alibaba by buying 300,000 more shares. And remember that he had doubled his shares before that. So he actually quadrupled his shares. He doubled his shares twice, and I have made videos about both of these events. So you see that he is very, very optimistic, super bullish on Alibaba. And again, you need to be waiting on Alibaba. This is not gonna happen overnight. Growing its value, it will take time. This is what happens with value investing. You have to wait. It's all about patience, and it's about patience and financials and mathematics, really. So if the data adheres with the company's stock price, then all is well. But if it's actually the company is making even more money than what the data shows, and the current market value shows, depicts, then it's a fantastic opportunity for us to purchase, and this is what I did personally. So yeah, I wanted to make this one just to give you this information about Charlie Munger, because I think he's a very, very important person when it comes to investing, and also kind of tell you and guide you towards not feeling any fear about all this information that's coming out, like for instance this kind of ban for the application here in India. There is some sort of a political tension between the countries. This is mainly why this happens right now. So thank you for watching this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, because I'm gonna be making another video on Alibaba, which again, it's gonna be about Alibaba and crypto, kinda Bitcoin. And may sound weird, but I think it's gonna be enjoyable to watch. Thank you for watching this specific one, and if you did like the video, please leave a like. That really helps the channel grow, and brings the content to other investors and people who are interested. And I'd love to have you around, so please subscribe too. You can also join our Discord channel. A link in the description box can be found below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.